like I'm invisible. Please.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've titled this Time to Clear Some Shit Up. All right, so did any of you ignorant fucks uh, ever think why I made that rant live? Or even fucking care? Yeah, probably not a goddamn one of you. Probably 99%. But I mean, I'll give y'all that much. I'll give y'all that 1%. All right, so, and of course, this obviously makes me look bad because I assumed, made an ass out of you and me. And what y'all need to understand, man, is not all that live was about the Passmores, but everybody wanted to focus on that. Shh. It was also about Jonathan Stetson. Y'all forgot about that one, and that's actually somebody who's known me since the beginning of my journey. But anyways, since y'all want to focus on the big cheese, Paul Passmore and Candy and all that shit, right? Last night, and if any of y'all watching this remember the advice, that Adam Orzinski was giving me, he was talking to me basically, about easing some things over, making it right, and you know, so I did. I hit up Paul Passmore last night and I apologized. Now, what you need to know, right? The only reason why I did this is because I thought maybe, and I was right. I assumed that Paul knew about Jody Williams blocking me on his show a few weeks ago when he was his guest. So me feeling that way, and already just because of who I am and everything, I'm very sensitive and guarded to the word friends or love. Those two words right there, and I don't take them lightly. Um, so I assumed he knew that I was blocked, and he just didn't care. You know, and so that triggered my insecurities and thinking he was a fake ass piece of shit when I just found out earlier that he did not know that. He did not know that Jody had me blocked off his show, even though beforehand Jody Williams, bitch ass, fucking came on my show and we chopped it up for an hour, on episode 6 or 7 of the Earnhardt Experience. Um, and yes, you're still an asshole, Jody, because, like, bruh, what the fuck? I mean, anybody would feel that way. How the hell are you going to come on my show? And I assume we don't talk about it, right? I just assume because you came on my show and you made the comment, hell froze over and blah, 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 that the hatchet was buried, but obviously not. And that's not a reflection on me. No, no, sir, it's not. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, so So that's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. That is why I went off because, yes, and I will admit, I should not have called Candy Passmore like I did because she wasn't the one who came to me July and wanted to be, befriend me at a tournament. Yeah. So, me and Paul talked last night and, he's, and I totally agree with you, Paul. I mean, after I did what I did for good reasons, I thought, except for making, assuming that you knew, but you didn't, obviously, because you confessed that. And I just talked about that. You know, um, you've said a lot of things, sir. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen, right here. And what you got to remember, right, contextually, is that on my show, when I had Paul Passmore as my guest, he actually answered my question basically as to why he would even want to friend me or whatever in the first place. So check this out. It's over a minute long. It's a minute and 21 seconds.
So like somebody coming up to me, be like, hey, I want to be your friend and blah, blah, blah. It's just like kind of weird to me. Not in a bad way. It's just like, okay, where's this going to go and blah, blah, blah. And I can obviously vouch for you. You know, you have been very nice to me. And I don't know necessarily if you should have been. I don't know why you would want to be my friend. I just, it's just one of them things where it's kind of like a shocker, you know. You know, not necessarily though. I've been around basically.
I form my own opinions on people. I don't take what's being said by everybody else. You just seem like somebody I was interested in getting to know. You're local, and got to know you and like it. I mean, that's just really nothing more. I never had an angle with it either. If I hadn't liked you, you would have known it. But
And there you have it. It all seems kind of shallow and weird, though, because check this out. It's only 5 seconds long, so like you can go back and freeze this, but this was a personal message that Paul sent to me, right? And he says in that last sentence right there, I was never your friend. Explicitly says that in that last sentence or two right there. I was never your friend. And I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. So obviously, taking his mask off, he spilled the beans there. Seriously. Because I was the enemy. Now, people, you have to understand, right? He's friends with Jody Williams and Ryan Grondin of the 98%. Oh, yeah. They've all three have known each other for a long ass time, so that's their little circle and what have you. God forbid I come in and be friends with Paul. Well, Mac Ruiz warned me. Mac Ruiz is the guy you will see on the Dragon's Den YouTube channel who co-hosted all those episodes on that channel and everything. And he warned me about Paul ahead of time. And I listened, but, you know. And I'm not necessarily shooting you right here, Paul. I mean, we've already spoken. I'm just bringing everything to the light. That way everybody knows. Because obviously you told me all these fucking promoters called you up when they heard or seen about this shit. And they wanted to ask you what to do about it. And supposedly you didn't tell them to do anything because you wanted me to show up at an event so you could whoop my ass. Nothing wrong with that. But these people have obviously made their decisions. Glenn Brooks earlier, I mean, when you made that message to me, Glenn Brooks wasn't on for it. But here earlier, Glenn Brooks is telling me he's got so many people showing up, right? Or not showing up, but messaging him, right? Saying that if I'm at his tournament, they ain't going to compete. What? See, this is the problem with democracy and why it should arm wrestling. Look, don't get me wrong, for the people, by the people, you know, sounds nice or whatever. And that's the slogan for Knuckles Up and everything. But at the same time, when you got people determining who you have on your show and not, or who's invited or whatever, that's like church bullshit, man. Like, what the fuck? For real.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, come on. everything that has happened between me and the Passmores and even Jonathan, whatever, y'all didn't even highlight that. Y'all just wanted to focus on all the shit I said about, two people. Uh, so yeah, I guess for the most part, except for the South Carolina area, because Adam Warzinski actually is an event runner and promoter, and he didn't know nothing about it. So I mean, and Glenn wasn't right on board either until earlier today. So I may be blocked or banned from all these, but let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, should personal business have any bearing or spill over into business? I want to see them comments right now. For real, because like this is total bullshit. I mean, totally. Yeah. Because I'm not completely banned or whatever out of the whole arm wrestling community or whatever. Don't be mistaken there. No. Yeah. But it is what it is. So that's the story on why I reacted like I did. Just like I said to like more than a dozen people, I said this to. I was tired of the fakeness and the nonchalantness, and that wasn't just with the Passmores. And semantically, what I mean is Paul and Candy. I'm not talking about you damn kids. That's fucking retarded. I never mentioned your kids, Paul. That's fucking ridiculous. Why the fuck would I say anything about your kids? I mean, fucking miss me with that shit. But anyways, it was also with Jonathan Stetson as well, who's somebody who known me way longer than Paul. I just had to burn some bridges, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it was. And obviously, as I stated earlier, that was my mistake because I assumed he knew, but he didn't. But after all that's been said now, Paul has said he wants to keep to a distance, and I couldn't agree more because, like, you just showed, sir, your whole hand of cards that you were playing. You literally, I'm going to show it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. With this bullshit right here you sent me. That last sentence right there in all of this, along with some other stuff in between that you said, right? Just you showed your whole hand of playing cards right there. And so I want to keep my distance from you too. And another thing, in all due fairness, right? I should have told you to fuck off, right, when you came up to me and said you want to be my buddy or whatever, because of the simple fact that you're friends with my fucking enemies. All last year, people, I tried making peace with Jody Williams and even Cobra Rhodes, who, by the way, doesn't even know who the fuck I am. But James Reed said otherwise all the way back in October of 2023. So somebody's lying. And I mean, yeah, fucking promoters. Maybe James Reed was lying. I don't know. But my whole fucking year last year was ultimately a great year. But I was seriously trying to make peace with some people. Ryan Grindin, never. Fuck that guy. For real.
No!
Because I swear to God, on everything I love, sir. Yeah. But hopefully this clears everything up. Hopefully all these promoters see this too. Because, like, I'm going to tell y'all right now, ever since that shit happened over the weekend or whatever, up until now, I've lost 5 subscribers, right? But I've gained 3 more back. Earlier today, I just had a gentleman from California hit me up with a Facebook request. He's heard my name over there. It's floating around. I didn't want it to be like this, but hey, good news, bad news, fuck it. Any publicity is good publicity, straight up. But I'm not as bad as everybody makes me out to be, and I'm not a fucking racist. I'm not. I mean, if you know what a real racist is, what it looks like, the definition of it, I mean, come on, let's get technical. There's no fucking way I'm a racist. If I act like one, that does not necessarily mean I'm a racist. I mean, because that's what premise most of you people are going on. It's just because I said one fucking word, I'm a racist. You just totally write me off, just game over,
No!
But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But hopefully this clears some things up. To all those promoters out there, and even Glenn Brooks, shame on you, man. How the fuck you gonna let people manipulate you like that, and say, oh well, if he shows up, all of us are not going to come to your tournament. Like, what the fuck? That's a weak ass democracy of a business right there. Wasn't America founded in a Republican way? I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm a firm believer in freedom of speech and religion, expression. And like I always say, if you got a problem with that, you can kiss my ass. This is America. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything else to say here. I don't think I have any more to say. So, all right, everybody, start sharing the hot news and hot drama or whatever, because Earnhardt is now out.